Hi, y'all. My name is Ryan, and I'm the founder of After Your PhD. So, After Your PhD, it's a free resource for academics and PhDs who are really interested in exploring careers outside of academia. They might end up in industry, public sector, like the government, or maybe the state level form of government. But at the core of this exploration, and really at the core of After PhD, is informational interviews. And informational interviews are just low stakes ways of just networking with people, getting to know about what they do, and then it goes beyond their job description. I personally use them around like 2021 and onwards, just to really explore the careers outside of my media arts and sciences degree at Indiana University. When I first started, I started maybe exploring from a top level sort of disciplines like UX, data science, but I ultimately ended up in SEO, and that was mainly through informational interviews. I just talked to people. I reached out to people on LinkedIn. I said, "Hey, I see you have a position as a UX researcher, or as a data scientist, or as an SEO strategist." And I really just talked to them and really kind of gauged kind of what they did, also like how their skills related to mine. Also figured out like different types of gaps in my skills, but I ultimately landed in SEO. And I say this because there were a lot of skills that I were interested in, like developing a website that interested me, just research in general. SEO does this, keyword research. You explore different industries in it. Like I'm in like work with different clients from different industries. That's interesting to me. But also like it was this merging of creativeness and also is technical. And when it comes to like film production, like film history, like these are all things that kind of merged into one. And it's the same with SEO in that regard. So it was something that was both creative, and it was kind of something that didn't feel stale, but also technical. So I felt like it could help my career long term. And all this really was through informational interviews. Sure, I read a few books, read a few blogs, but it was when I actually talked to people and learned about what they did that things just really connected, like mentally, and just like the path forward. Because really, after those informational interviews, I could see job postings and go, "Hey, that makes a lot more sense. That makes sense about the path that I need to do. I know these gaps that I have, and just the tools that I needed to learn. Like it just was a lot more clear. So, just as a tool for career exploration, I think it's really core. I know you can go to like career coaches, might be more generalized, but I feel like informational interviews are so direct. Like you're talking to people with that position, with that experience. Like to me, that's super valuable. And it's also a low cost way to network to really build your career. Because like when I was doing my PhD, my stipend was like 15,000. Like I couldn't really afford expensive career coaches. Or any career services like cheeky scientists. Like luckily I didn't know about them until afterwards, after all these articles came out. But again, like I didn't have a lot of money to spend. So to me, informational interviews were really kind of core to how I left academia. And I really recommend it to anybody that's really watching this, reads the blogs, sees anything on LinkedIn. And moving forward, I do want to kind of continue kind of what the core of After PhD is, and just exploration, career exploration. So I'll be interviewing different people with different career paths on YouTube. So I'm trying to expand from TikTok a little bit to really do these long form interviews, because I feel that my experience alone as this white dude is I don't think is enough. I feel like I need to expand to talk to other people, just in general about their career paths, kind of how I got there. And I feel like my experience is unique, but I don't think it's unique enough. Like I feel like people that can talk about these different challenges that I didn't have can also make it for a lot better understanding of just like what's outside of academia. So those videos will be coming up overall. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing that, going back to my roots. So if you have anything else to add about informational interviews, feel free to drop those in the comments. Always happy to kind of learn more about how people approach informational interviews, like how do they benefit you. I think it's really important just to kind of continue that type of conversation. And I really do really value them. So I hope you stay tuned as I kind of continue the career exploration journey by talking to other people about what they do. Hopefully someone will be inspired from these types of